and welcome to this presentation titled Proper Citation in Health Research, a practical guide for early career researcher. In this presentation, we will adopt the following outline. Starting from the learning objective, we will see why citation is essential in research, and then we'll also see what citation is all about, and we jump into the common citation style and when to use them. Also, look at the key component of citation. We enumerate the different tools used to manage references, and we finish with common mistakes and practical tips for early career researcher. So at the end of this presentation, the aim of this presentation is to equip early career researcher with essential citation skills. Also to help them understand when and how to cite scholarly sources, to differentiate among citation style and choose appropriately, and also to use reference tool effectively and ethically. So why is citation important? Citation is important because it shows academic integrity. It helps to give credit to the original author, the person who work for the work to be published. It also allow your readers to verify your sources. It also protects you against plagiarism, as we saw last week during last presentation, how dangerous plagiarism could be and how detrimental it could be for our career. It also helps to build trust and credibility. Because, for example, if two articles are reporting the same data, but only one is properly used a citation, it's only one that will be trustworthy at the end of the day. So, what is citation? Citation is a way to tell your reader where you got your information from. It has many key components, which has in-text citation, which is a brief reference within the text of within the body of your body text to indicate the source of a specific idea or quote. And the next component is the reference list, which is a section at the end of the document that provides full detail of all sources, allowing reader to locate them easily. Also, information provided should be accurate, meaning citation information that you provide that are essential. Another key component of citation is accurate information that include essential data like author's name, year of publication, source of information, the title, and the last component is the consistent style, because adhering to a specific style is crucial to clarity and consistency. You can incorporate this evidence in three ways. That means you can cite in three ways. The first way is to use original author words by using quotation. The second is by putting the source in your own word through paraphrasing, or you can note the contribution of your source briefly as a summary, but in each of the case, you need to use a citation. So when are we to use citation? Whenever you borrow words or idea, you need to acknowledge their source. For example, whenever you quote somebody, you need to use citation. Whenever you paraphrase, whenever you use someone ideas that has already been expressed, you need to paraphrase. You need to use citation. Or whenever you use work that, in fact, whenever you use someone else's work to develop your own idea, you need to indicate that you took inspiration from somewhere else. is very important. So as we were discussing about the element of proper citation, the first element was the in-text citation. What is in-text citation? In-text citation uh, is an indication in your text to show your reader that you are referring to someone else. And this can be done in in two ways. We have the first way, which is the numerical style. So there is a set of style who use just a number to indicate your reader that here the author is referring to someone else. The second style is author date style. And then here the indication is done by a set of information, including author of the editor name and the year of publication. Here is an example of in-text citation. Depending on the different type of sources, using two different style, the APA style, American Psychological Association style, and the Vancouver referencing style. And then here you see when you have a single author in the APA style, which is the author date style, you put the name of the author and the year of publication in the round bracket to indicate at the end of the idea to indicate to your reader that you are referring to that specific author. But when you use a Vancouver style, for example, you just indicate with the number. If it's the first time you are citing somebody, you just use the number one, and then the next time you just follow continuously. And with the APA style, when you use two author, you can mention the two author and the year of publication. When it's four author and more, you use the first author and the and etal, who just mean and others, followed by the year of publication. But in Vancouver style, for example, you see the number, you have not changed. No matter the type of source, you just follow, you just use the number consecutively till the end of your work. So the other key element of our of citation is the reference list. The reference list is just the detailed list of the source at the end of your work, and they can appear in two ways. You can see them in alphabetical order. Usually, when you use style, author to date style, you can put them in alphabetical order, or you can put them in order in appearance. When you use numeric style, you should put them in order of appearance. That means the idea that you cite in your text one should correspond to the number one source that you indicate in your reference. The next element is the structure of a citation, the accurate information that you were talking about. And then here, this citation needs to, the detail of citation need to follow a particular structure, where the key element that you need to get there. The first element is the author of the editor name, followed by the year of publication. When you go through the source, you need to know which year the document have been published or have been released. The title of the document, the source, is it a journal article, is it a book, is it a web page, the volume and the issue number, and also the page where you got the information you are citing. And when applicable, you should provide also the link and the GOI. And we should know that this information should be as accurate as possible, because any mistake in any field here can make can make it difficult to locate your reference by your readers. So the next element was the next component that we are going to see is the style, the different style. And then, since we cannot see all the style, we will focus on some few style that are commonly used in our health field. So the first style we are going to see is the Vancouver style. The Vancouver style, the full name of this style is Vancouver Referencing Style, and is usually used in health science field like biomedical sciences, medicine, nursing. And in the in-text format used in this style is numeric. The numeric style. That means you indicate to your reader in the body of the text with the number. The number can be in bracket, round or square bracket, or it can be in superscript. And the footnote format includes all the elements that we saw in the previous slide, but in a particular orders. So here we have the author first name and the first initial, the title of the article, the abbreviated title of the journal, the date using the former year, month, and day, the volume and the issue number in a round bracket, the page number also will follow, and now the GOI or the link if applicable. So for example, in the example here, we have the number. The number allocated to the reference is 10. That means in the text, in our body text, this source was used at the 10 reference. So you see where it was used 10 being in bracket or in superscript. And then here it was written by several authors. Here we can see the name of the different author followed by the initial of their first initial. And then you see the title, lung cancer and occupation in population-based case control study. That is the title of the article. And then you have the name of the abbreviated name of the journal there, followed by the date. And after the date, you have the volume and the issue number. And then lastly, the page. So that is how in Vancouver style reference are supposed to appear in the reference list. So the next style that you are going to see is the APA style. APA stands for American Psychological Association. And this style is used mainly in psychology, education, and social science. And the in-text format for this style is author date. Footnote format is it will use the same element, but it has its own way of being used. That's why differentiate the different style also. So here you also see the author name and the first initial, but after you have the year in home bracket, and then the title of the article, the title of the journal in italic, also the volume number in italic, and the issue number in home bracket, followed by the page number or the article number. And you can also put the GOI or the link if applicable, if it's an uh, online article. So here in the example, you have the in-text citation. So you see they put the name of the author followed by the year of publication. And then in the reference list, since here in this case involve many author were cited at the same time, you have to put the detail of all those articles. All they are different. You see the first one, all the detail as mentioned. The second one, the third one. So in such a way that your reader can easily locate. If they want more detail about the idea that you developed there, they can come down here and follow the instruction and get to the main article. So the next style we are going to explore is the Harvard style. Harvard style, the full name is Harvard Reference Style. The field of use in science in general, technology, and also social science. Is also an author date format, and there is also his own way of appearance at the reference list. And this is the example that you can see trying to follow the same rule. When you are already used to all this style, you can, by seeing the reference, know the style that have been used, or maybe from the in-text citation, you know the style that is being used in the article. So the next style is the MLA style. MLA standing for Modern Language Association style. It's used in humanity field and liberal art most of the time, and also an author date format in the in-text citation. And here is the footnote format. Uh, so we see each style has its own way of being of being presented in the reference list. There are some few details that separate that separate the different stuff. For example, here you see the title of the article is presented in double quotation. We were not the case in the other style. So you see each style has its particular way of being presented. So in order to use citation properly, there are some tools that have been developed to assist the researcher to help them gain in time, because it's also time consuming because you have to pay attention to detail. So some of the few tools that we have Zotero, that is commonly used. It's a free app, open source. It's commonly used by early career researcher. You also have Mendeley, EndNote, mainly used by institution. And what is their characteristic? They use to insert citation as you write, so they help you to directly insert the citation in text and in the reference list as you are writing your work. You can incorporate them in your the application you use to write, like Microsoft Word. You can incorporate them there. You put your article inside your tool, and when you are writing, you just cite them directly from there, and it will go depending on the style that you have chosen. It will appear accordingly. So it helps to build your reference library, and you will export your reference in any style that you want. But it's also important to proofread your reference, even if you use a tool that you trust. It's always important to check your reference at the end of the day. So common mistake done by early career researcher. You have poor training on citation. Most of the time, we engage into writing without appropriate knowledge on how to cite. There's also mixing of citation style. That's why one of the key elements up there was we should be consistent. We should use a consistent style. We cannot start writing using a Vancouver style, and somewhere in your work we see some references cite using maybe the APA style. It does not make sense. Also, we have some of the time incomplete author name and or journal title. That's why it's important to proofread even when you are using reference manager tools like Zotero. Always proofread, because sometimes they can also there are some small mistake that can appear. Another mistake is citing sources like Wikipedia, that we know that, or blocked, that we know that they are not trustworthy. They are sources where anybody can come and put any information without proper checking. So it's not a source that you can cite. And also using of secondary references, as early researcher is always advised, as Professor Anastas was mentioning during last presentation, to use the primary source. So even you are seeing a reference somewhere, you should dig to see the primary source, and use them, because secondary referencing can be complicated. So tips that we can give to early career researcher: first of all, when they engage into writing, they should read articles and books on proper citation. There are many of them that they can read. It's very important. It will help them, it will capacitate them, give them some skill and help them to pay attention to certain details. And also, carefully read journal and institution requirement, because all those styles that you have seen, depending on the journal that you want to publish your work to, there are some requirements, there are some specificity that the journal can add into a particular style. So it's very important to carefully read the journal or your institution, the institution you belong to. It's important to read the requirement carefully to capture all those details that can make crucial difference. So always use primary source, as already mentioned, and also you should be consistent with one style. It's very important. So you take your style, you master it, and all through your piece of work, use the same style. And also, it's important to join citation workshop, or maybe watch tutorial about the tool, the manager tool you are using. It's important because each tool can have some particularity that watching a tutorial can help you to better manipulate. So, in conclusion, citation is essential to scientific quality and ethics. Vancouver and American Psychological Association style are dominant in the health field. Tools like Zotero or Mendeley can simplify your workflow, and committing to mastery citation now is important because it will serve your career for decades. These are some reference we use for our presentation. Thank you for your attention.